Hi friends, Ellie here. Welcome back to my garden. Today's segment is Lavender and Marigolds, and I want to start off with apologizing. You will hear the littles in the background today, but I'm excited to talk about this section in my garden that I planted. So I'm a little bit behind with my editing videos. I originally recorded this back in late October, right before Halloween actually. And I was meant to post it in November, but November ended up being a very busy month for me. We kind of all got sick with colds, and then if you follow me on my Instagram at the Latina Garden on Instagram, you might have seen that I went to New York for a few days with two of my friends. I had a great time, and so now I'm just trying to get back on track and finishing editing some of my videos and trying to be more consistent and posting more regularly. Thank you for bearing with me, and let's get started with talking about lavender. Lavender is one of my favorite plants. I absolutely love the smell of lavender. It's one of my favorite fragrances. The lavender that I had recently purchased was a fringed French lavender, and that was because one of my lavenders had died that I had in a pot. And so for this one, I decided I was going to plant it in the ground and see if that does better for me. So far, I've killed two of my lavender plants, but I have maintained one that was a gift for me. And I still have the other one, which I think is the English lavender. I had already forgot because I had two of them in the same pot, a French and an English. And I ended up transplanting that into this area as well. Lavender is my favorite scent. It is considered a perennial, meaning it will bloom twice a year. It does need full sun, and in the first year of you getting a lavender, you really want to make sure you water it a little bit more frequently. Not water it like every day, but you want to water it kind of when you water all your other plants. After the first year is when you can consider it to be a drought-tolerant plant, meaning that you don't want to water frequently. You want to wait until it kind of feels a little bit dry in the first maybe like inch of it, like from the top, and then water it. Lavender is a great plant if you want to have a more drought-tolerant garden. But again, you want to make sure that it is established, and then you can water it less frequently. What I am doing right here is I'm kind of roughing up the edges because it was very... it was root bound, meaning that the roots were coming out from the bottom of the container. So they're all really like coiled and tight. So you want to kind of loosen it up a little bit on the bottom and on the sides so that the roots can spread and grow outward as well. For lavender, there are a lot of different types of lavenders and species of it. You want to kind of do your research because not all lavender is edible. Not all of it should be used in like to make soaps or, body, lotions or things like that. There are specific lavenders for specific things, but it is a great plant. It has a beautiful smell. I absolutely love it, and I can't wait to have my garden smelling like lavender. So let's talk about marigolds. Marigolds are a drought-tolerant plant, like the lavender, but you want to make sure that it's well established before you start watering it less. So in the beginning, you do want to give it a regular water, like the lavender. For this one, I had bought this and it came in a big pot, but I got it because it had about 5 different stems, and so I am dividing it. I'm kind of cutting it up, each stem kind of to become like its own plant, and I'm planning to plant it separately. Marigolds are it's a very easy plant to grow, even from seeds. So if you like to start off your growing journey with marigold seeds is a good way to start. Marigolds is a great companion plant specifically for tomatoes. It helps to repel whiteflies, and also it helps to control certain like parasitic nematodes that surround crops like tomatoes. So it kind of helps as a great plant to plant in your veggie garden. So here we have my section. I have my bougainvillea plant. I planted 4 of the marigolds, 2 of my lavenders, and I also added some Romanesco, 2 of my Romanescos. I have 5, but I planted 2 of them here, and we'll see how they do. It's my first time planting those. The Romanesco is a cross between a cauliflower and a broccoli. It's a very interesting looking vegetable, and so I'm hoping, praying to the veggie gods that I get some veggies this season. My hope for this section is that 1, I get some veggies out of it, and 2, that I get a lot of pollinators with these beautiful colors of flowers. I did want to point out here that on the edge here, I did plant my crocus bulbs, which I'm hoping to still grow some saffron. So we'll see what happens. So just to show, this is one of the pots that had one of the lavenders. It used to have 2. One of them died over the summer. It didn't make it. Another one is the one I just transplanted over. But I did plant one of the Romanescos here just because it says that it grows pretty white, like it needs a lot of space. And then I planted 2 in my husband and Keegan's garden veggie bed. Here I do have a video with 2 left in there. One of them I ended up planting in the veggie garden. The other one ended up it died. It didn't make it. So there's, you can see some of the bugs were starting to get it. So I did spray it with some like bug spray type thing. And then this is my lemon balm, which at the time here, it looked okay. It was starting to get a little bit yellow. I think it was getting a little bit too much water. Since then, we've had a little bit of cold weather, so it's seen better days. Let's put it that way. So one final look here at the side of my wall. I hope you enjoyed this video. Happy gardening, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye, friends.